What's going on, guys? Eddie at FSI DFS here with another COD Zone with Krueger. Today we're going to be talking about the Call of Duty slate Thursday to Friday Draftkings is offering. It's another two-day slate, not the best, not the worst. I do like the two-day slates on the Thursday to Friday because there's only 2 games a day opposed to Saturday and Sunday where there's 3 games a day. So the 2-day between Saturday and Sunday would be a 6-game slate, which is kind of chaotic with all the guys, and I don't know. I like how they had the 1 days for those. I think they'll put it back to 1 day, only Saturday, only Sunday. And then Thursday, Friday will be 2-day. But there's some good contests out there. Had a great week last week. Hope you followed along on the Discord. Got a lot of new guys in there, which you love to see. Let's just jump right into it. We're just going to go game by game here, talk about who we like, maybe how they were last week, talk about the odds. So odds are moving. Match 1, Florida Gorillas. Florida looked all right last week. They played Toronto, who I think a lot of teams are going to overlook this year. They're going to be a decent team. I think they'll be right around the middle of the pack, maybe high mid, 5-6 slot. Gorillas though did not look too well. They did beat Paris, which was a bit of an upset. I was on Paris that game, and they got smoked by the FaZe, but that was expected. FaZe are just a new level this year. I do think Florida win here. I would. If it gets to -2.5, I don't mind throwing some at it, but I think Gorillas have a chance here to steal a map, maybe search and destroy. Nothing crazy. I do like playing Florida in cash. They are pretty expensive. I think Neptune and Awakening are 2 of the top 3 price tags on there, which is tough. Neptune was I think one of the cheapest, and they had one good weekend, and now he's up there, which is unfortunate because I do like him, but at that price, it's tough. It's tough to fit him in with some other studs. Skies had a rough week last week, but I think he'll bounce back this week against the Gorillas. He's in a good slot too. Gorillas are a very high death kind of team. I don't mind playing him in cash. Skies and Neptune if you could fit him, but we'll work on that at the end. Just going over the guys I like for now. The Gorillas, if you want to throw a dart at the Gorillas, I don't mind it. Apathy looked really good last week running the submachine gun. I think he'll continue to have a good season. Nothing crazy. He won't be putting up elite numbers, but I think he'll be enough where you can plug him and play him here and there. Assault looked really good too last week. Let's see if they fixed it. Yeah, he had 107 and then 58. Like the FaZe game, I don't think any of them broke 70 points, but 107 is not bad. Apathy, 90 and 61, not bad. Actually want to see Neptune put up 115. So that was his first game in the CDL. Dropped 115 on Toronto. But Toronto is another team that run and guns a lot. That they die a lot around the map. I don't even think Awakening had that great. Oh, he had 119. Yeah, he had a pretty good day. But look at this price difference from 7,000 to 10.4. It's just tough. It's tough to trust them. Skies. He had a rough game against Toronto, but I think he'll bounce back. Couldn't find many kills around the map. They dropped him from 82 to 68, so 1,400. Next game we're looking at, Optic in Toronto. Chicago looked really good last week. Only thing they struggled in was the search and destroy, that's where FaZe really beat them. I think the total map score was like FaZe won the first one 6-0, and then the next one 6-1, so Chicago's hopefully worked on that this week, but other than that, I think they win here. I think they'll win 3-1 in the series because Toronto is a good team. I could see them stealing this one, honestly. If they come out playing the hard point or control well, I think they could win the search and destroys. Just based off how Chicago looked last week. It is Atlanta though. Atlanta's a really good search and destroy team, so I don't want to overlook them losing here. Yeah, -1.5. I do like that. -110 only. Those are some nice numbers because Atlanta is the top 2 team in the league. So I think that loss really brought Chicago's odds down here, and Toronto's win against Florida brought theirs up. But I think Chicago will win by 1.5. Probably gonna be part of my cash core. We'll work on that in the end. But let's look at Chicago's roster here. Dashy, Envoy, Scum Formal. Dashy had a great weekend last weekend, both matches. Over 124, 121, just great numbers. You cannot complain about those at all. What was he, 10,600? They dropped him down in salary, so I don't really know what the logic is in that. Envoy had a great start. All right series against Atlanta. I think he'll put up great numbers all year. He's going to be a stud. 8,600. I really like that. I really like his salary here. Probably going to be my cash core. Yeah, I really like him. Scump's putting up all right numbers. He's getting old in age. He's putting up pretty good numbers. If you need a little salary saver, I don't mind him. But since he's that close to Envoy, I'd find the extra 200 to play Envoy. I just think his ceiling is much higher than Scump's. Last year he's just putting up great numbers. Envoy. Formal's really cheap. I really like him here at 7,200. 114 and 83. I mean, the 114 is nice. I'd compare these numbers more to what Toronto's going to give up than Atlanta, because Atlanta is just a great team. So I do think Chicago's going to have a great week, a great day. Toronto too. I don't mind playing Toronto in GPPs. I think they'll win. Like I said, the first search and destroy, maybe even the second one if they get there. But they put up some great numbers last week. Cammy, I know, had a great week, 142. Like, that's ridiculous. Put up some crazy numbers. This is what I expected this. I expected Toronto to win last week. I picked them in my last video. I didn't make a video, but I picked them in my last write-up I did. Kleenex 2, he had a great game. I think the whole team had over 100 points. Bance, 86. Okay, guess not. Methods, I think, is the cheapest guy. Well, he's had 114, and he's the cheapest guy on the slate. I don't know where the logic is in that. I don't know if somebody at DraftKings did something against Methods. Sorry. But I do like him here, 5,600. I don't mind playing Toronto in GPPs. I think they will score upper 90s, maybe hit 100. I don't mind them. I'll definitely play them in some of my GPP lines. Cammy for sure, for one. Kleenex and Methods. Bance, I just don't trust Bance. He could have a good day. His floor is so low. Methods, though, I do like Methods. He does run an AR, so that's what pushes me away and gears me towards the other guys. But at 5,600, if you need a salary saver, he's the guy to do it. Let's look at the Friday games here. Minnesota, Seattle. Minnesota beat Dallas, which was a pretty big upset. I think that's what boosted these odds a crazy amount. I think if Dallas came out and beat them 3-1 or 3-2, it would be it'd be like these odds, minus 280, minus 200, or plus 200. But that was a big win. They deserved it. They played really well in the Search and Destroy. The Surge got their win. Surge won last week. Who did they beat? They beat, They beat London. They beat London, which I picked that in my write-up too. That I do like Seattle this year. I think they have a much better team than last year. Octane, Gunless, Looney, Pristini, those are all good guys compared to last year when Octane had no help on the team. It was an ongoing joke that it was just Octane's team and there's no help. I do think Minnesota win this one. They're a really good team this year too. Accuracy attached, Major Maniac Priesta. Priesta's priced really low for what kind of numbers he could be putting up. Like 125. The Thieves game, they got smoked. They did not look too good. But I do think that kind of benefited us here because it dropped their price a good amount. Overall, like Priesthood 7,800 is very affordable. Accuracy at 9K is not bad for 114.94. I do think they'll win the series. I will probably be playing them in my cash lineup. Priesthood his price. I think he has a great game this week against Toronto and Seattle. Major Maniac, I don't know. I don't trust him. You think he's the oldest guy in the league, and he'll put up consistent mid-70s, mid-80s. He might have a few games where he goes off, but not enough where I want to play him in DFS. Attach, another guy who is pretty good. He'll have his good games, he'll have his bad games, like 98, 72. You'll see he'll be all over the place, but right around that range of like less than 100 but above 70. So not bad, but for 8,600, I'm sure there's other guys we can find that'll be better. Accuracy, I like him. I think he'll have a great series here again too. I wouldn't be surprised to see him post above 100 again here against Seattle. But I do think Seattle could win a map here and make this go 4 games, which would be great for any of you guys in this series. Gunless was playing. He tweeted out last week after their first series. He was like, turns out I've been playing with a handicap the whole time because his settings were wrong and he couldn't. His settings for seeing the screen were bad. So once he fixed them, he had a crazy game. He was getting kills left, and he had a couple 4-pieces I was watching. But you honestly, you could see it 54 against Dallas, and then up to 118. I think he has another good game here. Like I said, I don't mind playing Seattle in GPPs. They're not going to be as bad as they were last year. Like last year, they were a laughing stock in the league. I think they'll win a few maps that people will be surprised about. Yeah, don't mind playing them at all here. If I'm going Seattle, I'm going to go Octane, Gunless, and maybe throw a dart with Looney. Looney, he's just... I don't think he's going to be posting these numbers all year. I do think he'll eventually bump it up, but until then, it's just going to be deep GPPs for him. I just don't trust him enough to put him in anything cash-worthy. I do think those numbers will get better as the year goes on. But yeah, if you're playing Seattle guys, definitely got to target Octane and Gunless. Their price tags are tough to work with, but if you got the salary space, I don't mind them here. Yeah, already went over Minnesota. Now for the last game of the slate, London, New York. New York's minus 245 to win. They looked better than I thought they were gonna last week. They played. Oh, who did they play? They played the Thieves. I knew that. They played the Thieves. They played a good series against the Thieves. They got swept 3-0, but they lost the hard point by I think it was like 6 points. The Search and Destroy they could have won. It was a tough series for them, but I think they'll take that over what they were expected to be at this year, because coming into the year they were expected to be like bottom tiers because they lost 0. They lost a lot of their studs. They brought back Mac and Krueger, brought Asim from Minnesota. Diamond Con's a young guy who had a pretty good series. I do think they win here. I think they'll smoke London actually. I do like them at minus 1.5 here. I think London will win a map. It'll probably be the Search or Control, but New York's definitely a team I'm targeting a lot here. They dropped Mac's price a bunch from last week because he dropped a bomb on us here at 56. After the numbers he was putting up last year, he was I think the top 3-4 overall scorer last year. So I think him dropping to 56 is going to scare some people away from him. But I'm going to be playing him in my cash line. I think. So I just don't think he'll be doing this all year. I think he'll bounce right back. He'll be right back at the top of his game, just knocking the screws off week 1. And it is the Thieves. The Thieves are a real good team this year too. But I do think he'll be playing much better than that. Diamond Con played really well. He runs an AR, 96 points at 5,400. They bumped his salary up a good amount. But I do think I think he's viable. He's not my number one option. I think Mac's my number one option here, and then probably Krueger. But Krueger is real expensive at the number 2 overall price tag. If you could fit him, I don't mind him. Asim, I don't know why Asim's so cheap. Why they put him down in salary, they put him down to 600 in salary. He had a great week last week. This is only in 3 games too, so they got the 25 bonus for hardpoint and Search. But I think that if they play that next hardpoint, Asim's gonna have like 130, 140 overall. So I do like him here today again. I like Mac and Asim. I think New York wins 3-1, 3-2 maybe. I do think they win the series. Let's start building a cash core. I definitely like Mac in there. I'd love to put Krueger, but he's a little expensive. We'll go Asim. Then we're gonna go Chicago. We're gonna see if we could captain Dashy if that's out of the question. Let's get the team going. Let's see. Yeah, so you could fit a lot with this core right here. 56, even though it says 5,600, you could fit a lot. Let's see. You could do New York, and then 8,300 leaves you a lot of salary, a lot of guys to work with. You could even do Florida, and you'll have Formal, Skies, a lot of guys to work with. We didn't even go over Paris or London. I'm sorry. Let's look at the London roster here. London looked all right last week. They lost to Seattle. Yeah, they lost to Seattle, which I expected. London's a new team. Parasite just got called up pretty much because Zero is out for them. I don't know if he's still. I think he's still out for them. Not even listed here in the player pool. Parasite wasn't listed last week. Saw a lot of guys play Zero actually in higher level GPPs, which I was very confused about. But I don't mind playing, throwing some darts here. They're not a bad team this year. They're just, I think they'll be much better when Zero gets back. He's just a nuisance on the map. You hate to face him. But Dylan, Alex, and Shawnee, I think, are all pretty viable options here. In GPPs, not in cash. Dylan dropped 97, Alex dropped 99, Shawnee 87. Yeah, like they're average, no crazy numbers. That was against Seattle too. So you'd think their scores would be a little bit better against Seattle. But I mean, if you want to play them with GPPs, I don't mind them, but I cannot play them in cash with confidence. I think there's just too many better options. Let's get back to that cash build. So we had Mac, ASIM, Chicago, Dashy Captain, Envoy. Yeah, that leaves us with a good amount to work with here. I don't mind any of the teams I thought were going to win. So Florida, Optic, Minnesota, and New York. They all leave you with a good amount of salary to work with. A lot of guys we talked about. You can even drop ASIM if you want. You can go, you can go Diamond Con if you want to go 2-2-1 stack or 2 or 3-2 stack. You can go Diamond Con and you can go Chicago. Still leaves you with a good amount of guys to work with here. I think there's a lot of value on this slate, really. Let's look. Flex. A lot of value, guys. Methods is really cheap if you for GPP purposes. Apathy's not bad for GPP. Skies for cash at 6,800 is really good. It gives you a lot of room to work with salary. Formal too. Formal 7,200, a lot of salary. ASIM 74. Diamond Con 78. Mac 8. I think Mac's going to be my guy of the week here. I'm going to be playing him a lot, and I'm hoping he doesn't burn me again this week because he burned me last week in a few matchups. But I think he bounces back. I'll be playing him in a good amount of my lines. Even if you captain him, you could fit a lot of studs. Like, let's see. I'm just going to do Captain Mac, and let's just see. Team slot. We'll go New York. Okay, you can't straight up do that. Just drop Clayster. So 7,300 if you... 7,200 if you take the top two guys, which is still enough nice to work with. And that's not even an actual core. I'd probably go Mac. If I'm going Mac Captain, I'd probably go Clayster, Envoy, 8,100. See, there's a lot to work with. A lot you could mess around with. I'll have official cores posted in the Discord. I'd love to see you in the chat or in the Discord chat. If you have any questions, comment on it or DM me on Twitter or join the Discord and message me. We're always there. Slate starts at 2 o'clock tomorrow, or 2 o'clock Thursday. So gives you a good amount of time to build your lineups. But be sure to like and subscribe. I know we're, I think, 30 followers away from 2,000, so a subscription would be awesome. Love to see it. Have a good one, and good luck.